Back with your girls, Meesa and Meah from You Already Know. It's M&M Live Radio. And as you all know, it's February here, or February, I should say, here on the show where we have a new male guest each week, all month long. We have a very special guest in studio right now. I am super excited for this. Meah, who we got?
Meesa, listen, he's a big deal, yo. He's a big deal. He fresh, so you know he breezy.
Okay.
Okay, listen, he's Westside's very own, man. We're here to talk about his latest project, No Matter What. And also, I heard he had a sold-out show in Atlanta. He on the move. He on the go. He's in studio, live and living color, man. We got BigBreeze on the show. Brother,
Woo!
Breeze.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, Breeze? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great. It's an amazing day. I'm blessed, working, so I can't complain.
Listen, Breeze chilling, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Breeze was telling me, he was like, yeah, hey, man, let me get on the show, man. Like, after Fusion, shout out to Fusion, our young adult ministry we go to. He was like, hey, man, let me get on the show, man. I promise you, after every service, the first thing Breeze say to me, let me get on the show, man. Let me get on the show. So I was like, you know what? It's only right. It's only right that I let my bro come on the show. So we're so happy to have you here. How was your 2023 started so far?
Oh, man, it started off, like, just gunning. Like, we came out the gate running, like, just working. Very busy. I'm blessed to be busy.
Y'all, Breeze is catching a flight after this. So he not lying.
Facts.
He not lying. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, Breeze, I'm curious to how you even got into music in the first place. Like, was music always in the plans? Like, how did you even, what did your start look like?
I just used to love it, just listening to it. Mm-hmm. You know, you've been in the car with your mom, she playing it, you just in the backseat singing. That was me. And then I think around maybe middle school, a teacher brought the studio to school one day, and I was just like, man, let me record something. Didn't know what I was doing, and I just fell in love with it right then and there.
Really? And the rest is history?
The rest is history, man.
No, but it's so interesting to me, only because it's like with your flow, with your talent, with your ability, you know, you got skill. Like, you skate on the beat for
on
real,
the beat.
Breeze, all the
Praise
time,
God.
every single time. But the thing is this, like, with a talent like that, what made you want to put that towards CHH specifically?
That's a good question. Nah, it really started with CHH. Like, a pastor had challenged me. Like, he was like, man, I think I had one of my bros from the block. He was like, come to church with me. And I went and visited the church, and I'm letting the pastor know what I do. Because I used to view church like, man, I ain't ready to go in there. Like, but when I went in there, the pastor was so cool. You know, he was down to earth. We were just chopping it up with him. I'm letting him hear the music. He was like, man, what you do it for? I'm like, man, you know, make good music, get some money. He like, but you got to have a purpose behind it. And he just kept saying that. And he was just like, but you got to do it for like a purpose. And then he started talking about Jesus and everything. And then he challenged me to do the song. Probably like the next Sunday, I came back with the song, like, bro, here you go, I did it. And then it just did something to me. It was like so easy to do it. It felt good when I did it. And I just knew then and there, I was like, all right, this is probably what I'm supposed to be doing because it's too easy. It just seemed like it's working.
Dang, so that was like a seed.
Right.
Like, he planted the whole
thing.
thing.
But I think it's cool showing the fact of, like, the ease of how you were able to create music with a purpose for God. That's like confirmation. Like, when you're able to do things so easily, that proves that God's hand is on it. So of course y'all also know Breeze for his solo career, but y'all also know Breeze for him being a part of the legendary Vert Mob. Man, listen. So what is it like balancing your solo career and then also Vert Mob's endeavors, their music and things like that? Like, how is it balancing those two? Does it get heavy? Does it get overwhelming sometimes?
I mean, it can be, but we try to like schedule everything based on like around the calendar. If I know we working on a project, I put all my stuff to the side. Like, let me just focus on the Vert right quick. Let's get these songs knocked out. Then we all put in a group like, well, this season we all gonna work on solos. You feel me? Like, if y'all got any extra, just shoot it to the group chat. Somebody might hop on it, and we started working like that. So
I love how supportive y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Because even like with Scooty Wop dropping Super Duper Crunk Mix, you know what I'm saying? Like his project, you dropping your project, the guys are still close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But speaking of, how are they doing? Like, give us the update on how Vert Mob's doing. 'Cause I think the last time we talked
because last time I talked to you, even you said that y'all were going to, I think, Flavor Fest at the time, and y'all were making music. Like, so what's the update as far as music? What y'all doing? What y'all got coming up?
So like, first foremost, like we Vert is like a brotherhood. Like, we it's deeper than the music, so that's what's special about the Vert. But for now, like, you know, everybody working. I know Scooty got a couple singles coming. Kara got a couple singles coming. Godfriend working. We just working. Everybody working. That be like my main
we
thing.
We get music all year round.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said.
At least from Vert Mob.
Facts. We got to. It's only right. Because people want to listen to music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got to keep giving them the new.
That's dope. So but what's new? Okay, so I know that you said that you have, TJ Carroll's doing his thing, Scooty Wop's doing his thing. You got your thing going on. Should we expect another big project from Vert Mob sometime soon?
Mm.
I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of it. You feel me?
Hey, we working though. Now we definitely working on Vert Music 3.
Okay.
We got a couple singles actually coming up from the Vert.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay.
Y'all can expect that.
Okay.
This year.
Like just in time for the summer.
Y'all can expect that. This year.
Man, that's all you giving us, y'all. That's all you giving us. Let's go ahead and talk about this new project, man. No matter what is out right now, this project is collab with the I Project. Talk a little bit about what the I Project is and how y'all came together to create this body of work.
So I Project, man, he a producer. He's a young kid. I think I met him when he was like 18, 19. Sheesh. And he was just crazy. I was like, bro, you got it. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
And then so we just started cooking, like, we fellowship too. Talk about the word, but we started cooking. And then I think like last year, I was like, bro, we got to do one together because we got so much music. Mm-hmm. And so we started shooting towards that as I was working on everything else because I'm always working. Yeah. But he was with it. And so I think he was in Atlanta for a couple of weeks. And we just cooked up, especially we did a track with Hovey. We was in the studio like 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. We cooked up a track called Track Hawk, which was special because, man, it was crazy. We both was losing our voice that night, me and Hovey. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize it till, like, this second day listen when I was hearing the song. I'm like, dang, why my voice sound like that?
Yeah. Then
I had a sore throat. I'm like, okay, well, I was losing my voice. But it sounded good. It came out great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how we actually got the project going. I wanted to see him. I be trying to put people in a position, like, especially like producers, like, I want to see everybody win. If you got a purpose, let's put it out there.
So how'd you come to the title No Matter What for the project?
It started with the single. It was like God given when I made that a single on the project called No Matter What. Mm-hmm. And then it started hitting me. I think I was watching a sermon. It was like, man, I'm gonna stay rooted until like the what they call it, something in the ground where you stay rooted to it. Like I said, I'm gonna stay rooted to God no matter what storm come my way.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, we just gonna stay in tune with God. So.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about features just for a little bit because I feel like you and Hovey been locked in for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, going back to Tesla and other songs like that. You know what I'm saying?
That, like, even off camera, we talked a little bit about how the first time I personally heard, Breeze hit the mic was with Hovey on Tesla.
Facts.
Then your project come out. It's called Track Hawk, and I'm like, Tesla, Track Hawk. These both are automobiles. Hey. Was that intentional? Like, did you have a love for cars?
Yeah, man. I love cars, man. Like, so that's like one of my passions, one of my like hobbies.
Really?
Yeah. So you hear a lot of music, you see a lot of videos. Mm-hmm. You ever watch the aesthetics? It's like it got cars, like something crazy in the video. So that's just part of me.
So Breeze said off camera he got a song called Prius coming up.
Volkswagen too.
I mean, we might as well. If we just get mobile, let's say tricycle. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just go ahead and get right into it. But so back to you and Hovey. So how did that relationship even between you guys even come about? Like even like when y'all get in the studio, like when y'all are locked in. Talk about that relationship between you guys.
Well, me and Hovey, I think the first song we ever did was like Where the Love Go. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I think me and bro was chopping it up a little bit before. We didn't have a real relationship, but we was chopping it up a little bit. And like how that song came about was like crazy. Like I was shooting a video, then he was like, hey bro, pull up to the studio right quick. Bro, we got like 20 minutes left.
Jeez.
Just dropped the verse of Where the Love Goes. So I did the verse in like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then after we just start like building a relationship, like, me and bro get on the jack and start talking like about the word, about the spirit, what we got going on in life, and sending him music, he sending me music, and we just started building that bond like that.
That's real good. So even thinking about even the playlist when it comes to Reach Records, like I feel like the connections you've been able to build professionally and even personally has grown like tremendously, like with you and like Ace and you and Dre, of course, like, you, Portia, so many different people. How has it even been maintaining those relationships? Like, even in a personal sense, but even also just like relationally having community around you in that sense.
Yeah, man, I feel like everybody, all the people you name, like, they just solid people. So whenever I reach out, or I might just shoot a text, make sure everybody good. Like, you good?
Yeah.
How the family doing? Or if it's on some music, like, check this out, or what you got? Send me something new. Let me hear what you're working on. Just like I was keeping that, like, that communication open. I always like to keep my line open to no matter who it is, you know.
Yeah.
Just let them know I'm here. If you got to tell me something personal, it's about music, whatever, just hit me.
Yeah.
So
no, that's dope, and I love to see people in our space have community.
Right.
It is so easy to just get bogged down with like what everybody in the comments saying, and
especially even since COVID.
Absolutely.
Since 2020 and the pandemic, everybody was so isolated from each other. And now seeing everyone come back together, I feel like we're just now getting back to that genuine, because we used to see that at shows all the time. Then COVID hit, everybody in the house, and now we're just now getting back to it. And now hearing that, it sounds real genuine.
It's so important to have that sense of community, especially in CHH. But shifting gears a little quick, so I was listening to the project this morning, right?
Okay.
And you talked a little bit about, your past. So give
You
us
said you was down bad, Breeze.
Yeah,
I was like, dang.
So tell us a little bit about what and who was BC Breeze, before Christ Breeze. Like, give us a little taste about that. What's going on?
Man, I feel like it's a typical story. I come from poverty, like single parent home. I come from the trenches, like for real. Like I was just telling one of the homies I rode through that other day. I'm like, dang, bro, I really should stay here. Like that type of like look on life. So, it was a struggle growing up. Like I feel like out of the trouble, I used to get in a lot of trouble. But me realizing like I used to get in a lot of trouble because I was just trying to have fun. It really wasn't nothing to do in the community. So you just find stuff to get into. Start doing some illegal things. It was cool while it lasted, but it wasn't for me. And I think that's when the shift started happening when I started going like just talking to God and just trying to see something different. So yeah.
So who introduced you to God or like to church and things like that?
Man, my grandparents.
It's always somebody praying, grandmother.
I did not want to sit in them Bible studies. Every summer I used to go to their house and we had to do Bible study and I would go to sleep and I would try to go outside. I did not want to do that.
Yeah.
But when you look back on it now, you like, dang, they planted that seed so I could know what was going on when the time was right. So
yeah.
That's important, man. And you can hear that. See, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I be calling Breeze Bishop. And he be thinking I'm playing with him. But like you can Breeze, when I hear your music, you can hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you sitting in the back of the church in the pews, you thinking like you just there, you just chilling, but really like there was something planted there. You know what I'm saying? And it comes through the music. Like it's crazy how you even think like way back then when you didn't care, but God was still doing something in you. You know what I'm saying? So I even want to talk about I was talking to some guys a couple of weeks ago talking about like where CHH has grown to, and we were talking about vulnerability and how they were making the argument of the fact that we're really big on encouragement now, but there's not a lot of vulnerability, being transparent. And then hearing you talking in your music, especially in the No Matter What project, about what your past kind of looked like, even you now. Do you feel like rap or even like, I'll say that even the CHH genre, it's lacking vulnerability, or do you disagree? Like, where do you stand with that?
I think like for me, like, I'm always be vulnerable. I feel like people want to hear that. It's people out there dealing with something that you done did or you're going through. So that's why I always tell my story or what I'm going through in life. I do feel like CHH is lacking a little bit because people want to be like in a perfect mind, perfect image, perfect. Hey, none of us perfect. We all mess up. So, like, I feel like if we're going to really, follow the purpose, let's be truthful. Let's just be open about what we, how our life is and what we go through. So.
But is that easier said than done, though? Because, like, hip-hop is known for, like, ego. You know what I'm saying? But, like, now we're in... we're doing this for a bigger reason. We're doing this for a bigger purpose. We got God. And for you personally, was it easy getting into that right away? Getting into the vulnerability right away? Or was that like a progression you had to grow into?
Yeah, it was kind of like a progression, but at the same time, I feel like I was breaking free. The more I was talking about certain stuff, like in myself, because once you keep like, I feel like if you keep hiding them things or like not speaking on it, it's like it's gonna keep hindering you. Yeah, you might keep falling into that season or something like that.
I agree. Because of course, listening to hip hop, growing up listening to hip hop, there's Tupac, and I mean he was able to tell his story about how his mom was a crack fiend. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Tupac was in CHH, how some people got those testimonies that are a little too much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think Tupac would have been one of the CHH artists to talk about how crack was running in his family and like going into the nitty gritty, dirty grime of the trenches of his past to share in some music, because some people kind of like look at that like, okay, well, I mean, like you sharing a little too much, you know what I'm saying? But do you feel like you have full trust in your ability and your testimony to be like, listen, this is who I am. I'm telling y'all my story, and it is what it is. If y'all take it, I mean, I don't want to feel judged as an artist.
Have you ever felt judged?
Yeah.
As an artist, like talking about your story and things like that.
I think the only time I felt judged, like when I first started, like CHH, like just me coming from where I come from, my whole sound, just my whole like everything, how I carry myself, changed, everything like that. It wasn't like people weren't used to it, so they was like, bro, you really forgot, or you feel me, or you one of them? And I'm like, what is one of them? Like, you feel me? This is me. You feel me? I love Jesus. I love God. So that's probably like the only time I've been judged. I don't think I'd be scared no matter how deep like my testimony is. I ain't gonna be scared. I feel like if you know you that guy or that woman, hey, they gonna respect you for who you is. Like, that's just me. Even when I walk into like certain rooms, they know who it is. They know it's me. This how I'm coming. It's me. So
Yep.
Now let's talk about the West Side for a minute, because you know Breeze repping the West Side. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about Breeze BC. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Breeze AC right now. So like talking about like, you know, being judged and having that change. When you had that change, do you feel like did people like you used to know, like, you know, back when you was like, you know, living your life, but doing like, you know, before God and all of that, did you feel as if like, you know, you may have lost touch with them? Did they treat you differently and things like that? Were people who you were in community with, you know, and now that you found God, kind of judging you for going back to that? Like, was there ever like a struggle with that when you kind of turned your life around?
I feel like, so like when I turned my life around, I feel like God had me in like an isolation moment. So I wasn't like really running into the people who I grew up with. But now, like, they see me and they just love it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they embrace it. Like, even when I just did a show, bro, them folks just, they was there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was beautiful. Like, and I do feel like, so I think I had a conversation with somebody, like, they was asking me about, like, because I always say I got church friends and I got, like, friends who I grew up with.
Yeah, who know you for real.
Yeah. So they were like, how do you, like, get them to come together? And I be like, sometimes it is hard because church people be scared to go on their side, and you got this side thinking that church people too perfect, and it's like, I'm just the guy that like, man, I'm telling y'all, both of y'all tripping. Like, y'all just, if y'all just hang around each other, you feel me, you'll see, like, it's the church ain't that bad. Like, just be yourself, and they not that scary, bro. They just being them. They not gonna harm you, like.
Facts.
So
Interesting, man. So I want to also talk about the West Side. We're going to stay over there because the Westside Nights show in Atlanta.
Yes,
sold out.
Everybody in their mama pulled up.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Like, packed out house from the front to the back, standing room only just about. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, what was that moment like for you? Like, your first sold out show, and everybody in CHH, your fans, your family, your friends coming out to support. What was that moment like? Man,
that was a beautiful moment. That was a moment of, like, me and God having, like, he telling me, like, I told you, like, this bigger than you. Like, you trust me, we're gonna go even bigger. Like, just even looking at all them people just, like, bringing this, like, overwhelming, like, feeling like, dang, I can't believe this many people came out for me. Like, you feel me? Like, it was just crazy, bro. Like, yeah.
Man,
can't explain it. Like,
so even like having your like, how was it like even connecting with fans and things like that? Because like it's one thing putting out music, you know, like you know, it's all streaming. Like no one's out and back in the day like passing out CDs, putting their hands to the people, everything's streaming. So like, having actually touching fans, like, you know, what was that like? You know, actually seeing like, man, like I'm actually moving people I don't even know out here.
Bro, that was like, man, it was like, I'm telling you, like, after the show, it was just so many people walking out just like, man, I'm a big fan, or I flew from here, or I did this, and it was like that. It was like, bro, like, what? Like, God, this is crazy. Like, because I feel like as an artist, especially like solo, you know, indie, you do shows like that, you don't know like what it's gonna be. It's gonna be 15 people, it's gonna be 100 people. Like, so it's like kind of sometimes it be scary, nervous, but once you push through and you just see, and it ain't about the numbers, but when you see something like that, they just show you a whole lot. Like, dang, you doing something out here, bro.
Yeah.
Keep going. Like, you got to keep going now. Like, it's bigger than you now. Like
Yeah.
they want this is what they need. You feel me?
Yeah.
They see Christ when they see you. So
That's real. You said something that I want to touch on. You talk about being independent.
Right.
And while people, it's cool seeing like, the streams go up and it's cool seeing the sold out shows.
Right.
People have no idea the hard work, tenacity, consistency that comes with being independent. Like what has that journey been like? Pushing your music out yourself, being
Right.
your own marketer, like doing things, hitting the ground running, trying to get things out, not having a huge label behind you, but just going off of your own ambition.
man, it take a lot of mental first.
It's not for the
like,
weak.
It's not for the weak. Like, and it's not for like people who too prideful. Like, you gotta really like get down and get your hands dirty. Like, reach out to people. Be open to people. Communicate. Like, definitely communicate. It's like number one. Like, respond to DMs or respond to like comments or like just working with different artists is like just having that grind and even just pushing out the content. Like I be mentally tired. Like,
Yeah.
Just every day, like trying to post like 2-3 times a day. But it's like what I gotta do to keep myself like, fresh and give the listeners what they want, give the people what they need. So it's hard.
So what's the hardest thing about being independent and then the most rewarding thing about being independent?
Hardest thing, everything. Nah.
We say everything.
Hey,
hard.
nah.
That's real.
I feel like that's a hard question because it just depends on the person. Like what is the main focus they focusing on? Like for me, I think the hardest part right now is like content. Like just trying to keep posting and keep creating, keep being creative. Like now I have to be creative outside of music. So now like let me do something visually. How can I be creative to the people's eyes, content wise? So that's been kind of hard.
Interesting, because Meah, Breeze is actually one of my favorite people to follow on social media. Because like every time his TikToks or like any of his reels come across
Breeze got a ring light tripod in his room.
He
content
hand.
creation
on hand. But the thing is this, like watching you post, they're so funny. It's so engaging. It's so interesting and entertaining. But there's one thing I gotta ask you. It's love and relationships month. It's February. It's February on the show where we're talking love and relationships. But one thing you've been talking about a lot on your social media is the Bible study baddie.
The Bible study baddie.
Bible study baddie. You know what I'm saying? So like break that down for me. Like what is exactly your definition, BigBreeze Webster definition of what a Bible study baddie is?
It's crazy because God just put this on my spirit. Like either last night or the night before, he was just like, you gonna have to tell people what this means.
Yeah.
Or like why you even created the song. I think I was just in prayer, like, telling God like what type of woman I was looking for. And then I just started writing a song like, these are the kind of qualities I like in a woman.
Yeah.
You feel me? And even for like women, I wanted to be like a voice. So it was something like that I could play or y'all can play and be like, this me. Like I go to church, I'm classy and I can be ratchet. Like
Breeze talking about
I'm
me,
fasted.
y'all.
You
He
feel me?
talking
Like
about me.
that-
We bad. We in Bible
That's
study.
what I'm saying.
Right.
Like I wanted
I
to
feel
create
you.
something like that for like everybody though.
Yes.
Like,
That's
you feel
good.
me?
That's
Like,
good.
be speaking to people and like for people, if that makes sense.
Bro, we got Bible study baddies
No
and Holy
cap.
Girls up all 2023,
No cap.
baby.
Listen. And listen,
Yes.
even like, how has it even been supporting other women in CHH? Because I saw that you linked up with Wande,
For sure.
Gumbo going crazy
What?
on the charts. Well, how has it been I honestly want to hear from a guy's perspective. How has it been seeing the rise of women in CHH and even be able to collab and then give, honestly, because I hate when people say there's no women, rappers in CHH because it's very far from the truth.
Exactly.
So like seeing the us, Portia, Wande, the list honestly goes on.
Yep.
On the rise and being able to collab with them. How has that been? Being from a guy's perspective, being able to see
Man,
that.
it been fun. Like it been like fun, like creative. Like I just want to see them win. Like I love the music. I be listening to it. Like I think I don't know if you know Child Like CC. We did something.
Right.
So
Yes.
we like when she sent me that, I was like, oh, this is hard. Like
Yeah.
But it's like, man, okay, I gotta write something for real.
Yeah.
It kind of like tests my pen too, like just working with women, like. Cause I feel like a lot of guys, bro, be scared. I don't know why. Either they gonna get out rapped or like they don't want to.
Whoa, Breeze.
I don't know, but
Whoa.
I don't know. But
Whoa.
I love working
Bruh,
with them,
you feel
man.
the breeze? BigBreeze. Keep blowing, bro.
Blowing at y'all.
Whoa. So unpack that for me, Breeze. Talk to me about that.
Man, I don't know why. But I encourage. So I like we did the Westside Nights show. We had we brought the ladies out for a reason. Like because I want even my peers, my bros, man, work with these people, man. Work with these women. Like they go hard. Like they coming for real with the bars, like with the cadences, with anything. Like you might get out rapped. And I feel like some guys do be scared of that. I'm gonna just say it. Like some people probably ain't working with them because they scared, but. I don't know. That ain't my place.
There's power in unity, though. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope seeing dudes like you and Few even. You know, they're so like uplift and be able to give other women their shine, like Angie Rose and Childlike Cece and Kid Lee and so many other art women in the space. Because I feel like. At first they weren't seeing. I'm not gonna lie, I was even searching. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that everyone's been on the rise and everyone's just been in full support of it. Even the guys, it's I'm not even a rapper, but it's really dope seeing y'all support. I feel supported in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for us, where there's not a lot of women in media when it comes to the CHH space. Of course, you got Track Stars, Rapzilla, the Crew, Hip Hop Corner, and then I know us. Yeah. I don't know many other people. So even you coming to the show, anybody coming to the show, we see that as y'all rock with us, and that truly means a lot. So I don't want to steer away because Breeze tried to steer away from the Bible study baddie question, and we going back into love and relationships because we talking about this all month long. So you said things that you want in a woman because Breeze, you single, right?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, y'all ladies. All right, listen up. So what are the things that you look for in your Bible study baddie?
Man, I just want like a down to earth person. She go to church. She gotta have that faith. She gotta be a believer. We just that just have to be there's no looking past that. I'm sorry. A little funny, comical.
She gotta be from the West Side.
No, she don't.
So you'll be okay. She's from the East Side.
Yeah, she can be. Hey man, she can be overseas. Hey, if it's for me, it's for me. You feel me?
Okay. Okay, so listen. So what are coming from not only just a guy, but also a guy who loves the Lord and things like that. What are red flags for you? What are red flags? What are your node? Of course, besides not having a relationship with God, what are the things that you're kind of just I can't rock with that. That's a no go for me.
Bad communication. People who quick to jump the gun, assuming instead of asking the question.
Dang, Bree, you sound like you've been through some stuff, man.
Nah, but I got I got a lot of homegirls. I done had some relationships, and it's I analyze them, what went wrong, or, was it me, was it them? And I know a lot of the times, as I feel in general, people assume, if they feel some type of, they going to assume before they ask a question. And it's more easy if you just ask. I feel like you'll be real with a person.
Is it hard for you to date now that you an influencer and you on the up and up, Breeze? Come on, you big Breeze. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You ain't no regular dude. Sure. So is it hard for you? Let's see you after the show. You see you a Bible study baddie. Do you feel led to go up to, or is it? I've always heard that it could be hard, talking to someone, getting to know someone, but yet you have a platform. Right. You're you actually somebody. You have a influence. How is that?
It could be hard though, cause some people just see what they see on Instagram and what they see to the public eye, but when they start seeing you for you who you are, they be like, oh nah, this ain't. I ain't say I was perfect. We all got, our own things going on. Yeah. But you can't. I feel like a lot of people go off of that though. Especially you just said, the platform they gonna, and if they do music, it can't even make it harder because they're dang, now they gonna want you to write for them, or now they want you to record them. Yeah. Or it's not not genuine, so you don't know if it's genuine or not. So.
Right. So that's why you said down to earth was a big thing.
Yeah, let's talk about something besides music. That'd be one of my number one thing. Let's talk about something besides music, something besides me.
That's real.
Because you live, breathe, write music all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But even for you, like, what is the dating scene looking like for you right now? Because, I mean, I also assume that, you finding your Bible study baddie, she's got to be able to understand your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, you're about to hop on a plane right after this interview.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And you have all these different shows and collaborating and being in the studio at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Like, what has it been like for you in this day and age?
Man, that been the hardest right there. Like, people don't understand that lifestyle, like, especially like, me working how I'm working. Like, this is like a work, like, I feel like years for me. Like, I'm gonna work hard as I can. Like, of course you make that time for, a potential shorty. But some people don't like they want their time, like me time. You like, it can't be like that. Like, they don't want you flying out. Oh, you in the studio too late. But they don't understand, like, we just not playing. We actually really working.
Yeah.
Like, this is real life. So
You pushing a dream, man.
right. So that be something I always deal with. I done deal with that, man, too many times. They be like, oh, you travel too much. Oh, you work too much. You don't got no time. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. So listen. So you gotta have a Bible study in lock. What else, Meesa? You gotta make sure you got your TSA pre, because that he be on the flights. What else we miss? You gotta be grounded. You gotta communicate. So Breeze dropping gems for a lot of you ladies right now. So also, okay. So on the show, this week's conversation, we're centering around friends and talking about how much. So I saw a TikTok, right, where some girls were talking about, they were saying, talking about, like, a friend they may have had, like, let's say, like, their dude did them wrong. They were like, you may have forgiven your boyfriend, but I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like, your boyfriend cheated on you. I'm never going to forget that. I need to remind you. I remember the days when you were crying at night. Even though y'all back together, I'm never going to forget that. So we're talking about on the show, how much of your relationship should you share with your friends about your dating relationship? And you talk about, you got the vert, you got the boys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask you, so how much do you feel like it's too much? How much is okay and not okay to share about your relationship, dating relationship, potential shorty, things like that with your friends?
So I feel like with that, you got to share both sides, though. You got to share the good and the bad. People always share the bad. But, like, with me and the guys, we share the good and the bad. Like, if it's a bad day, we're going to be like, man, yeah, she bugging, woo, that's going on. But if it's a good day, we sharing that. So I feel like it's a balance, but depending on who that friend is, too, like, because some friends can not be the right friend to be telling to, you feel me? Some people understand, like, I got homegirls who be talking, and sometimes I block it out because I be like, I just know you just mad. You feel me? Like, you gotta.
I feel you.
You gotta know what to, like, receive and what to, like, they just talking.
Plus, a lot of stories sometimes be one side. Like, he was saying this and he was saying that, but you ain't say you throw his clothes outside.
Right.
Lit on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta be balanced. So that's really good. Okay, so listen, before we let you go, Breeze, we're gonna go ahead and before this, of course, I gotta ask you, y'all. Y'all know I call Breeze Bishop. When the church coming, Breeze? When the church coming? When it coming, bro?
What you mean?
You gonna plant the church? I think we should call it Tabernacle of Breeze.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? I want to
BigBreeze J.
Listen, that's what I be telling him that. I be telling him that.
I feel it.
The T-O-B.
Tabernacle
of Breeze. I'm playing, y'all. But listen, so before you go, Breeze, go ahead and you have any final words you want to give to the people? Any last thing you want to promote, talk about? We're going to get the floor all for you, bro.
Well, we just dropped No Matter What. We had Sports Mode just dropped last month. We got a rap R&B EP coming next month, working with that boy Rizzo.
What?
Yeah. It's a lot of great things. Yeah, make sure y'all just stay tuned. Keep following me on the gram. Support the content. Yeah.
Stay locked in, man.
Stay locked in. Man,
Listen,
the breeze is blowing.
Absolutely, man. Make sure you guys are following Breeze on all social media. And also, y'all, make sure y'all go listen to the latest project. It's called No Matter What by BigBreeze and the I Project. It's out right now.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, you guys, you are listening to, you already know, it's M&M Live Radio. We have Breeze in the studio as our February guest. And listen, we just wrapped up a great interview. I'm so excited, Breeze. Congratulations on everything that you got going on. But Meah, let's go ahead and get up out of here.
Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Let's go have some music on the way by Breeze himself. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to, you already know,
it's M&M Live Radio.